after the wedding day,
Yeah.
there is a honeymoon.
There's a honeymoon, yes. And we went for a honeymoon. We actually, first of all, we were in Karen somewhere, I can't remember. And then we went for a honeymoon in South Africa. And here's an interesting thing.
Was it your first time in South Africa?
Yes, it was.
Wow.
And I thank God for the people who hosted us, Mama Kariuki and Apostle.
The people
who hosted us there. It was a nice place. It was like a resort, nice place.
All right.
And they did, the way they prepare honeymoon beds and everything.
Yeah.
But what happened?
Ile tawe limekunjwa hivi kama duck.
Kama duck na maua.
Na maua yamejaa pale. Okay, karibu South Africa. Okay, isi karibu manake si welcome to South Africa.
Yes. Sasa celibacy bado iliendelea though.
Ati?
Unaona hiyo celibacy tulikuwa. It went on. And sasa mimi bado pale nafikiria pengine okay.
Ngoja shikilia kidogo.
Ngoja kwanza.
Shikilia kidogo. Shikilia kidogo. Unasema nini Rozinah wewe? Mpaka dakika hii celibacy iliendelea South Africa?
Yes.
Mulika South Africa kwa muda gani?
Unajua wewe ni kakangu. Tulikaa kwa, I think it was maybe, I don't know if it was 10 days or something like that.
Honeymoon?
Yes. Unajua? Kakangu na wewe ni mdogo wangu.
Kweli?
So,
lakini sasa mimi si mdogo, mimi ni mtu mzima.
Sawa, lakini bado tu.
Wewe ulikuwa umeachilia celibacy ama ulikuwa hujaiachilia?
Sasa si unajua sisi ni wanandoa jamani sasa. Kwa hiyo sasa. Jamani.
So wewe umeolewa, celibacy imeend.
Lakini sisi ni wanandoa sasa.
Nyinyi ni bwana na bibi. Nakumbuka nikiwa kanisani mchungaji akisema I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Sasa anyway.
Hadi mkarudi Kenya? Ilisha honeymoon?
Honeymoon of course ilisha. Hatuwezi kutoka honeymoon bila tu.
Bila?
Wewe wachana kuniuliza maswali lazima dadako bwana.
Bwana Burare lazima arudi kwa hii show.
Mimi dadako.
Burare must come back to this show. No.
No, but you can't make this
I had an issue here with him. When we were doing this show the other day. He's a brother of mine.
Yeah.
Na mimi nampenda, sina ubaya naye. I had an issue with him. Akiniambia miaka 13 namuuliza Burare. Miaka yote nikasumbuka sana. Na hii show imekuwa na watu wa kunishangaza. Yaani amekuja hapa na hadithi hizi. Hii show imekuwa na watu hapa. Mimi hii show sasa mimi sielewi. I need different people here.
Umechoka na celibacy.
Celibacy nini bwana? Mungu alisema go ye and fill the world.
Mr. Burare here. In this day and age, relationships are about the hips don't lie, tall, dark, and handsome guy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there is more to relationships than such dilute things. Allow me to speak to the men. Be careful about a woman who, after every small argument, she rushes to the whole world. What you got to understand, ladies, men love a woman who covers their nakedness. If a man does not trust you with his vulnerability and weakness and the low moments, then that man will not stay. Ladies, allow me to speak to you as well. It's not about that tall, dark, handsome guy with a 6-figure salary and a brilliant car. Do not date a man who has not discovered his garden. Otherwise, what are you helping him do? Before you help a man till his garden, does he know his garden? Well, think deeper, delve deeper, and get the right person. My name is Robert Burare.
Robert Burare, Mloya aliambiwa first 3 days akasema iwezi. 3 days? 3 days, Mloya. Fast. Robert Burare also used to double between coach and Zuinini. Very confused fellow, right? But so the three of us, the three families, because now all of us had gotten married at almost at the same time. Yeah, I got married first, then Wabala, then Burare. So the three musketeers all had married these wicked witches of the West. And then siku moja tukasema, because we're very pious and we're very nice people of the church, sisi tuta fast. So tuta fast 3 days, dry fast, because we need to change things. You know that stupid thing people do in church. Nilienda kwa hao ya Burare nikapata wamekuwa wakikula mabiku. Mimi sasa hiyo hata siwezi tembea, niko na njaa na kufa. Because God has told us we must fast for how many days? 6. Na kufa, napata watu wako na traces ya mabiku kwa ndevu. Nauliza, haya. Kareke. So watu wanakula mabiku. Nashanga, hizi biku, kuna sahani ya biku. Nashanga, mbona mimi peke yangu ndio niko weak? Mtu anakamchacha na nuka nyama. Bro, we are fasting. By force, by fire. By force, by fire. Hata nikasirike nianze kulia hapa hivi kawa moja. Nikikumbuka vile nimeteseka na hizo mafasting zenyu. Acha ikae bana. Hizo tuhapo. That time I'm walking, you guys, you should see me. I'm walking like a lawyer who has been denied ugali. There's nothing that was making sense. Shaking there. Oh my God, I can't believe. Kumbe watu na hao wanasherekea, mimi peke yangu ndio nilikuwa mjinga.
Kuna video niliona pale ndo ikanipatia very red alert sasa. Yeah, I don't know how they are called in Swahili though. So ni ya jinsia.
Ulikuwa na hizo video?
Na jinsia moja. Kuna moja ndio na jinsia moja. Na jinsia ya kiume. Unaona? So hiyo nayo singeweza kunyamaza.
You're married to somebody and is gay. In some places we know here.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have a level of perversion that has gotten here where you get, you're married to somebody and she's a lesbian. You're married to somebody and is gay. Walk out.
You're married to someone and is gay?
Yeah.
Nairobi ni mbaya.
Bona katia bwana yako anakukatia na nakatwa na mwanaume mwingine na ndevu na gora ndevu.
Mimi alinipeleka kwao, tulikaa kwa chumba kimoja, tukalala kitanda kimoja. Hakuna kitu kilifanyika, by the way. Nothing happened, truthfully.
Your time?
No, nothing happened. Celibate, sote, wawili.
Okay.
Nothing happened.
Kwani celibacy yake ilianza lini jamani?
Sasa hapo sasa.
So first of all, hawakupata mtoto pamoja. That's number 1. Number 2, Rozinah unasema wewe ndio ulimwacha.
Wewe ndio nilimwacha.
The moment you have sex before marriage, you are killing your foundation. The X factor is gone.
Yeah.
You understand?
Really?
Oh yeah, it is. You can't unwrap a sweet, eat it a little bit, take it back, and then a week later open it as if you have never tasted it. No. Reality is reality.
You can open it with the same excitement you had.
It's a lie. You can show it in your face. Let me tell you how it is. It's like somebody planning a surprise party. A friend of yours tells you, by the way, we are planning this, but act surprised. So you'll act surprised. But inside there's no excitement.
Yeah. You'll still be happy that your friends actually thought about that moment.
But you'll act surprised. The key is act. So sex before marriage is wrong.
No, but I hear you. And I feel it is spiritual, but let me give you a perspective. And this is in no way. Again, you're a father figure to me, so I'm gonna have a hard time saying this.
No, just say it.
I'm not about to get married to someone who's bad in bed and find out after there's a ring on my hand. That's just the truth of the matter.
I do understand, but one thing you have to understand: if you honor God, He'll bring you a man suitable to yourself. Suitable to yourself.
I don't want to eye roll because I believe what you're saying, but it doesn't happen in so many circumstances.
But it's possible.
But let's talk about reality, statistics. So many women are very unhappy in their marriages because their sex life is not going as amazing as they thought it should go.
Tukawachana na hilo kidogo. Mara 3 mimi kutoka. Rafiki zangu wamekuja kutoka Mombasa, nimewakaribisha.
Yep.
Sasa hizo tumehama, tumetoka pale, hata si kuhama, ni kama mbeu kubumburushwa maana yake tumeenda sehemu nyingine. So wamekuja pale, marafiki zangu, nimewakaribisha. Kidogo kidogo walikuwa waje wakae siku 2. Siku ya 3 imepita, ya 4 imepita, ya 5 imepita. Nimeshangaa mbona muendi? Siku 2 zenu 3 zimeisha jamani.
Yes.
Kumbe huyu bibi ya huyu besti yangu wameshaenda tena wakakutana na Robert Burale huko nje, sijui hapo ameenda kunywa kahawa wapi. Mimi bila kujua. Na mimi nimewakaribisha ndani ya nyumba. Yeye bwanake hajui, mimi naye sijui. That is yani mimi nakwambia. Ameenda aketishwa pesa, sijui 250,000 tena, akampatia Robert Burale. So yuko pale ndani ya nyumba, maana yake amemwambia nitakulipa sijui after 2 days. So yeye yongoja kulipwa pesa. Mimi sijui. So imekaa wiki sijui siku ngapi. Sasa ile ameona hiyo pesa haitoki.
Yes. So anangoja alipo ndo aende.
Maana hiyo ndo ilikuwa ni ahadi nafikiri.
So siku zinapita.
Siku zinapita, wako pale mimi sielewi. Naona wamekaa sana by the way.
Okay.
Kuja kujua ni ile ametoka sijui ameenda wapi, akanitumia message mimi huyo dada. Umwambie huyo bwanako Robert Burale mimi si wale wajinga na wakoni sijui nini. Nitamuitia hata majambazi. Mimi hata sitadili na polisi, hivyo ndo aliniambia. Aliniambia mimi sitadili na polisi. Maana yake polisi ni kama ambaye amewaeka hapa. Baadaye kuna siku polisi walikuja paka nyumbani kumchukua mimi nikiwa. Venye walianza kucheka na yeye na ku-high five hivi wakigeuza gari waende. Anyway.
Ahlan wa sahlan.
So huyo msichana akakasirika, akaleta hiyo story. Nilivyojua kwamba wale walikuwa ndani ya nyumba. Na amefanya vile. Na mambo yote yale mengi sana, mambo ni mengi ajabu. Mengi sana. Kuna wakati hata ilikuwa ni kama nasikia siwezi emotionally, mentally, it was too much. So mimi nikaondoka.
That's when you left.
Hiyo siku nikikupigia after hiyo sasa maana yake niliona imekuja kwangu.
Yes.
Imefika nyumbani.
Na marafiki
zangu wa karibu. Nishapigiwa simu na watu ambao siwajui, nishafanywa nini, lakini ni hawa ni watu ambao mimi nawajua. Yeye alikuwa hawajui. Mimi nimeintroduce kwao.
Yes.
Na bado anafanya vile. Nikasema sasa hapana. Ewala jamaa nainua mikono.
Imetosha.
Imenishinda. Ni sawa. Acha nikaanze kuguza kidonda. Kidonda nacho nikakiuguza.
Yes, but going back to what you said, I lived a life of clubbing, going to strip clubs.
Pastor Burale, huyu tunaona hapa.
Bro.
Huyu anakaa saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost and fire.
Mimi.
What?
I was even nicknamed the United Nations.
Why?
Nilikuwa na dem kila country. Ni hao dem Chinese, Wagwan, Jamaica. Maybe that's why at some point I was buying fake things to go and dem Chinese. I don't know. I mean, I'm happy because God saved me.
Amen.
And got me from there. But to be honest, this may sound controversial. I am glad I was there.
Yes.
Because now I understand the mercy and the grace of God.
Amen.
I'm not wale mapasta usema tuliokoka from age 1. Apana. Au nawachia.
So what was your challenge there?
In the marriage?
In your marriage, yeah. Because you say you did your ulikuwa na challenge zako.
Yes.
Yeye pia labda alikuwa na challenge zake.
Right.
I don't talk about her. She's never told me anything.
Right.
But what was yours?
I think my challenge was at some point I did not rise up to where I should have been as a man.
Okay.
As a leader.
All right.
And maybe also sometimes you're desperate to make things work so quickly. And then you end up falling. Yani unajitega. When I say falling, people may think there was infidelity. No. I mean, you want it to work so badly that you try so hard instead of just going through the motions and the order of life. Have I learned from that? Yes, I have. What I said a few minutes ago, also, maybe when you involve too many people, any small issue, you want advice, you have to be extremely careful.
All right.
Because sometimes it's the people who you think are your closest will give you advice that will make things go down. You understand?
Yeah.
So I think I learned, but what I learned more is after the marriage was over.
Okay.
Then I started being on a journey of self-discovery, a journey of accepting where you went wrong and what you can do better. I do believe my ex-wife also has gone through her journey.
Yeah.
Because I've seen her grow.
Yeah.
I've seen her grow as a minister, as a person, and raising a great young man, Joshua. So I went through a journey of self-discovery. And I think, you see, after a marriage has failed, there's anger, there's bitterness, there's self-pity, there's healing, and then there's reflection.
Yeah.
After reflection, you say, if God gives me a second chance at this institution, then I should have learned something.
Yeah.
And I do believe both of us have done that.
Amazing.
Yes.
Let me ask you something else, because a lot of marriages today zinavunjika because of cheating.
Yes.
Cheating is one big issue.
Yeah.
Okay, cheating is one big issue. Another issue that mi husema ndoa inavunjika ni violence.
Yes.
Naget.
That's true.
Yako haikuwa violence.
There was no violence in my marriage.
Haikuwa cheating.
There was no infidelity in my marriage. I know, right?
Robert Burare.
Yes, sir.
Haikuwa violence.
There was no violence. There was no
Haikuwa cheating.
infidelity. Yeah. To be honest.
What is this other reason that you want to give the world and tell the world there's this other thing here? Because
there's
every marriage I know, almost, okay, let me say almost every marriage.
Yeah.
There's always cheating. There's always
violence and all that.
violence.
Yeah.
And maybe kuna mambo ya pesa kidogo hapa na
That's
pale.
right. That's right. I think for me, to be honest, Alex, was I speak for myself.
Yeah.
And this is not about age. Because you can be 70 and not ready for marriage.
Yeah.
You can be 24 and mature for marriage.
Okay.
I think for me, it was a time where I didn't step up.
Okay.
Let me speak for myself.
All right. Okay.
I should have been maybe more mature, not physically, spiritually. I should have been more mature with my ecosystem, the people around me.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
Not all, of course. So when I look back, I'm like, you know what? That's why I tell young men and people who come to me for counsel, don't marry because you feel you're at an age for marriage. Marry because you want to be a husband, not that you want a wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marry because you want to
be a husband, not that you want a wife.
No.
Because if you want to be somebody's husband, you prepare yourself as a man. But if you want a wife and you don't want to be a husband, your erection is what guides you.
Robert Burare, my brother, I tell you, punchline after punchline. Marry because you want to be a husband.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Marry because you want to be a husband. Wewe mwenyewe ushajiamulia.
That's right.
Kwamba you've made a decision with yourself that I think I'm ready to be a husband.
That's right.
And now I want to be a husband.
That's right.
Not because you want a wife.
Yes. So men should want to be husbands and women should want to be wives and not looking for a husband. Unfortunately, there are very many women looking for husbands and they don't want to be wives. Yeah. So when
you were not ready to be a husband?
I think I was ready. I just didn't move with the pace that I should have. Yeah. Maybe I'd been too fast or too slow at some point. Yeah.
It took you 1 year, right? Was it 1 year?
Yeah. Burare anajulikana kona deki kubwa. Bro. Omze tuchana naye F3. Unajua F3?
Yeah.
Kama ilikuwa ni F1,
Kulikuwa na F1 na F2.
Ya petrol station.
Hiyo ni F1 na?
Hiyo ni F1.
Yes.
Tulienda hapo mimi, yeye, msimu mwingine anaitwa OJ. OJ yuko Germany siku hizi. Na OJ ni kadinya ile hujaiona.
Yeah.
Mbaya. So OJ umetoka, I don't know whether OJ umetoka state 2 au umetoka state 2. Umekam, so tuende out. So mimi, yeye na OJ tukaenda out. Tukiwa pale poko fulani akam. Poko alikuwa amekata trawa hapa. Okay, alikuwa macha slate. Unajua nyuma happily married amjuangi vitu kama hizo. So poko akikam based on kama amekupenda nachukua mkono yako anapitisha wapi?
Nanyweso hapo.
So ukipita mkono unasikia tufudhi una very nice, very nice. Na ule akifanya hivyo pia anashika nini? Anashika mboo. So akakaa mimi niko nimekaa chini akashika yangu. Akanipatia mkono nikaguza nikasema very nice, very nice. Nikaenjoy. Akaenda kwa Oje akafanya the same thing na akashika mboo ya Oje. Akasema hey, very nice, very nice. Alishika ya Linga. Siona demo amekondoa macho kondo hivi. Bra. Karibu ndani niulize Linga, can I touch it? Hey, what is she doing? What is this, my guy? So,
Who's ready to talk about Robert Burare? So I just found out that this man was married before, and we're going to look at the two different accounts of what went wrong in his marriage, according to him and according to his ex-wife. So, according to Robert Burale, when he's asked about what happened with his ex-wife, he begins by saying, everything was good. Their families enjoyed a warm relationship. He continues to describe her as a remarkable woman of faith, someone he continues to hold in high regard. He says the reason that the relationship ended was because, sometimes two good people come together at the wrong time and, it's just the wrong time, so things don't work. Plus, he says, they allowed too many external voices into their marriage. Red flag. A man who doesn't want you to talk to people about what's going on in your relationship, dangerous. Anyway, he also says, plus he made mistakes and he takes responsibility. Nothing makes me as suspicious of a man as saying he made mistakes and he takes responsibility. What? Save that therapy talk. So anyway, in closing, he says they continue to maintain a cordial and respectful relationship, and he thinks she's a wonderful person and a great mom. Okay, that's Robert's story about how things went down. Let's look at Rozinah's story about what went down, right? Remember, Robert started by saying their families enjoyed a warm relationship and how wonderful and remarkable she was, Rozinah begins by saying the biggest mistake of her life remains marrying Robert Burale. She's in her 50s. And she says the biggest mistake of her life remains marrying Robert Burale. She says it's the darkest period she has ever been through, she's ever gone through in her life. This is someone who's at least 50. This is the darkest period she's ever gone through in her life. The time they were together is the worst time of her life. She says when the marriage ended, it left her drained, emotionally drained. She says to this day, she doesn't even know why he married her because it wasn't love. So she doesn't know why he married her at all. Okay, cool. She says during the early days of dating, there was one time she was coming to Nairobi to see her brother. Her brother is some kind of famous radio presenter. So she was coming to Nairobi to see him, to see her brother. And Robert was like, cool. When she gets to Nairobi, Robert picks her up. Does he take her to her brother? No. If you said no, go to the head of the class. He takes her to his family home in Karen, where he lives with his mother and some type of cousin and God knows who else. So he takes her there, keeps her there for a month. Keeps her there. I'm wondering if I'm communicating how serious this is. He keeps her there for a month. Every day, she says, she wants to go see her brother. He's like, I'm going to take you. The day never comes. So they're sharing some room. They're sharing a room in that house where his mother is and his cousin and God knows who else. But they're not sleeping together because they're Christians, right? She's a pastor. He's a motivational speaker or conman and also a pastor. It's just what I call all motivational speakers. It's not unique to him being a conman. So yeah, allegedly. I'm sorry. So anyway, wow. So one time she packs her things. She's like really tired of this. I'm going to take you. And he never takes him. So she packs her shit and she calls a taxi and she's ready to go to see her brother. The cousin sees her, calls Robert. Robert comes and then Of course, she doesn't leave. Hello, if you said abuse, if you said this sounds like some shit that happened in abusive relationships, you're right. You're right. Okay, so she's back in the house. She's still staying. Get this. She says, and here I'm quoting. I quote. She says, "I think he kept me there because he was very eager to marry me." End quote. No, that's not why he kept you there. He kept you there because that's some abusive shit that abusers do. It wasn't because he wanted to marry you. And this is one of the things that there's a podcast I've been listening to by a domestic violence researcher, and she says it's not enough to go through or to have been in an abusive relationship. Like having gone through that experience is not enough for you to be able to identify the signs and be able to see, oh, okay, so this is how I was being manipulated. This is the tactics, the game he was running on me. Because, like, he wasn't keeping you there because he wanted to marry you. I don't know why, but that's not it. Anyway, so eventually she gets to the end of her road. I don't know how long it's been at that point. I think it's towards the end of the 1 month. She gets to the end of her road. She calls a cab, and this time nobody stops her or sees her, and she leaves. This was when they were dating, ladies and gentlemen. This is when they were dating. They proceeded to get married, and it lasted for 1 year and 2 days. And that is the period she says was the darkest period of her life. The red flags that she cites, that she says contributed to the ending of their relationship, are his lies and dishonesty, as well as emotional manipulation. Whew. I'ma just say this. One of the things that you notice with all abusers of all kinds, all of them, this one is for all of them. None of them has a story. None of their stories aligns with their partner's story. So they always have this other story, right? Like their partner is saying this shit ended because of lies, this shit ended because of emotional manipulation, and it's like, you know what? This shit ended because like we let other people into our relationship. Like, yeah, we let too many people know what was going on with us. What? Another one is he insists on like taking this kind of moral high ground. He insists on talking about how wonderful she is, you know, how he continues to respect her, how she's a great mom, a wonderful, you know, man of God, like, you know, deep faith, someone of remarkable faith. He insists on talking about her like this because as a society, we no longer tolerate men, or at least we're highly suspicious of men who come out, you know, guns blazing, saying some shit about their exes. We're like, the problem is you. And so he's taking the reverse of that. He's on a charm offensive. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna say the nicest things about this woman, and everybody's gonna think, oh yeah, like I'm so evolved and whatever. Meanwhile, he's the asshole. He's a motherfucking asshole. What? I'm gonna say this because we hear this a lot. In terms of relationship advice and like the things women are told. Oh, don't tell people your business. I swear to God, if a nigga tells you not to tell people your business, that man is trouble. That man is trouble. You need to be able to tell people what's going on with you so that they can help you see some things that you're not seeing. Sometimes you're in a situation too deep. Like, you know, you can't see things correctly. Like, dude, it's very easy to be so deep in a situation that some things you can't see them. You can't make sense of what's happening. You need people on the outside who are not getting dicked down by this fella, who are going to be like, yeah, that's not right, or who are just going to affirm what you're feeling. I love that this marriage lasted 1 year and 2 days. I love that so much for this girl. Like, dude, you need to tell us. You need to tell us what you saw and how you acted so fast, because women end up trapped in these things for long. 1 year, 2 days. This woman needs to be telling us things. Anyway, yeah. So, bye.
One of the things I've learned in life is that there is a behind the scene for every person. Every person is living a life that people can see, but at the same time, there is a behind the scene. If I present myself to you like this, I'm showing you what I want you to see. but there are things in my life that you don't know and I don't present to you. Everybody has a behind the scene. And no matter how you see someone, the way they look, the way they talk, the way they live, and you see it on the social media, that is only what they want you to see. It doesn't matter if they're showing you a very grandiose lifestyle, or if they're showing you a very small and poor life. No matter what the case is, there's always behind the scene. And so don't judge your life with other people's lives because you don't know the whole picture. You don't know the entire story. You don't know what exactly it took them for them to be appearing there. There's always a behind the scene. And most of the time, the behind the scene, it's not that pretty. It's a lot of things happening behind the scene that we never know. So you look at a final product, you look at a person, the way they present themselves, and then you start asking yourself questions about your life or about other people's life, and comparing and contrasting and competing and feeling all these kinds of way. You don't know the whole story. So have peace. You bring yourself the way you want us to perceive you, the way you want us to see you. We know there's also behind the scene for your life, and that's just the way it is. That's one of the things that I've learned in life. Hey, Mpendwa, it is okay. God bless you.